الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. In the previous lesson we went through the whole of the qalqala topic from beginning to end. So just to recap very quickly, qalqala we have how many letters?
5.
Try to do without looking at the notes, inshallah.
Okay. 5.
Well, 5. 5 letters, and they were combined into the little useful phrase Qutbujat. Very good. This thing, Qutbujat. Qutbujat. Yeah? Those 5, when you have when you pause on any of the 5, you get what happens?
Extra sound.
Extra sound. Yeah, like Falaq, Qul Ahad, and so forth and so on. Yeah, we went through this. And then we said that qalqala is of how many different types?
There are 3 different types. One is
3,
qawi,
yeah.
mutawassit, and then light.
Not light.
No light.
The strength. So you have
Zaif.
strong one,
Zaif.
mutawassit, and
Zaif.
daif. Yes,
Zaif.
very good. So now we have the 3 qawi, mutawassit,
And zaif. Zaif.
and daif. Yeah, so do you remember briefly the requirements of each of the 3?
Yeah, qawi needs to have qalqala letter.
All
Yes.
of them.
That's a common sense. I'm not going
They
to
have to
write.
have shahada,
Shadda.
shadda, sorry.
Yeah, shadda.
Shadda at the end, and you have
Yeah.
to stop.
Yeah, shadda and stop.
Stop.
Shadda where?
At the end of
End of the word.
End
Yes.
of the word.
End of word. End of word. And stop. And then mutawassit.
It doesn't need to have shadda, but you have to stop it. You can have
It has to be end of the word and
End of
have
the
to
word.
stop.
End of the word.
Yeah.
End of word.
It's got to have a stop or sukoon.
Yeah.
Yes.
So end of word with sukoon. End of word. And stop. Yeah, that means basically when we say stop,
That's it.
means with sukoon. If you have sukoon means a pause. So stop or pauses, yeah, or pause, or sukoon, yeah. And then the last one,
sukoon is going to be in the middle of the letter.
yes, sukoon, and middle of word. Why did we say that stopping doesn't matter?
Because it's middle of the word has to be.
Yeah, so it doesn't really, if it's a middle, then we don't care about that. Yeah, now, we have all these 3. We have this very beautiful ayah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Baqarah. And all 3 of them are present in this ayah. When you stop on these little signs, see the red signs?
Yeah.
When you stop on them. Now, where are the ones? The qawi mutawassit. You're 3 people, so first of all, Abu Ibrahim, the qawi one, your task is to find the qawi one in this ayah. Where is the qawi one? The formula is given to you, these 5 letters, and then you know these basically. Yeah, so when you stop on these things, the red little mini letter signs, when you stop on them, where do you get the strong qalqala? Where is the strong qalqala?
Fil Hajji.
Fil Hajji, very good. Al Hajji, you would just say. Fil Hajj. Hajj.
Fil Hajj.
Yeah? Hajj. We see the shadda at the end of the word, and we stop because I said we stop on these ones. Okay. The mutawassit one?
The mutawassit one is.
Need to be end of the word,
Yeah.
one of these 5, and we stop. Stop or sukoon?
يا
يا أولي
أولي
الألباب.
الألباب.
Yes, very good. يا أولي الألباب. So الباب.
الباب.
يا الباب. Yeah, so this one, it doesn't have any sukun, but instead of sukun we stop it because it's the end of the ayah. Last one, the weak one.
Yeah, خيرا.
Where? Here?
Yeah.
Where is the
Sakun is there. Oh no, sorry.
the ziyad?
No, sorry.
You need these five.
Yeah, this are sorry.
Yeah. So where is the correct one? So this one was, we said that one was correct. This one. And last one.
It's
In the middle of the word.
In the middle of the word with sukun.
It's you can't see it, but I can see it.
Towards the end of the ayah. Not the first half, the second half. Anyone else found it?
Yeah, it's taqwa.
Taqwa, yeah.
Taqwa.
This one. That's the weak qalqala. Yeah, so taqwa. Taqwa. So yeah, you see the sukoon on the qalqala letter that is apparent in the middle. Yeah, so it's coming in the middle, and that's why we got da'if qalqala. Now, this is the brief summary of what we did in the third and fourth lesson. Yeah. So we started with the shadid letters. We went down that route down to qalqala. We said we're going to go through qalqala. The reason why we went through all of that was because to get an idea of why we have qalqala. Why do we make the qalqala letters? Why do we add an extra sound to them? Yeah. So we see that it comes, the base of it are the letters that block the sound. Yeah. So we start from the alphabet, these 8 ajid qatin bakat. And then they divide into 2, then it goes into qalqala, and the other side will become akat. Yeah. So this is fully understood. Yeah. There's no more doubts, no question. This one. Yeah. No problem. Yeah. So now we'll move away from qalqala. This will resemble something that's going to come in the test, inshallah. Something like this. Okay. Now, we went through qalqala. We now go back again, go back up. Yeah? So we go back up now, the chain. You don't have to write this because you've already written it. So now, we said that it goes to it divided into 2. And we said one side was what the whole qalqala thing we did. We went through Qutbujat. Yeah. And on this side now, because the 5 letters have been taken from the Sharida letters, we are left with the 3 that are akat. And the akat letters, they are important to know. They're important and they're not that difficult. They're not like the qalqala letters. They're not much analysis that one can do with these 3 letters. Yeah. So we said that all 8 letters, the reason why we're talking about them is because They are the letters that they do what? Why do we have these 8 here? What do they do?
Extra
They
sound.
do kalkal.
No, no.
Stop.
They block the
Block the
sound.
sound.
Block the sound.
This is the essence. This is the usul of the whole branch.
Yeah.
Yes. So now with akat, we have akat here, and here we divide this into 2 as well. So this goes 2 ways. Akat is divided into 2. One is kat. And the other side is Hamza. You can write it as Hamza only or Hamza with alif, doesn't matter. Well, Hamza. With the kaf and ta, the ruling for kaf and ta is, pay attention, we said with the 5 letters of qalqala, when you stop on it and they have sukoon, when you stop on them, pause, stop, sukoon, whatever you want to call it, you get a second sound, an extra sound. Yeah, we said that. So now you have one sound is when you get to the letter. Yes, so you say قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. Now you got to the qaf, that's the first stage. And then qa is the second stage. Now you've looked at the 2 stages where we get a qalqala. Yeah? قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. فَلَقَ. The first one is when you touch the qaf, and then you get the second sound. So the 2 parts of it, yeah? That's why we say extra sound. Another sound, an additional sound, secondary sound. Now with this one, kaf and ta, when we get to the letters, once the letter is touched with sukoon, this is all with sukoon as we said, the first part of it is the qalqala, where the letter comes in. We begin with the first part. The second part is now, like we said, these 2, they block the sound, yes? They block the sound, and now that you blocked the sound, you will have trapped air, yeah? So you have sound and air. Air, breath, yeah? Because you blocked it, you've trapped the air. Air tries to get out, it can't. Now, what you do with these 2 letters is you keep the sound away and just release the breath. You release the air. At, ak, ak. You don't say ak. You hold it, then you release with the breath. So air comes out. Ak, rahmat, ak, maliha, at. Yeah? So you stop, you get to these 2 letters with sukoon, and then because when you apply sukoon to them, obviously you're going to block the sound and you're going to block the air, because air, that's what makes the sound, yes? So when you get to this stage, the sound, you completely make it 0. You take the sound away and just release that pocket of air that's trapped there because you block the sound. Yeah? So for this one we can say that when a sukoon is applied, so when you have sukoon with these 2 letters, the sound is blocked and the the trapped air is released. When a sukoon is applied, when you have a sukoon with these two, the sound is blocked and the trapped air is released only. We can say only to make sure that we understand that no sound is to be released. We have, for example, وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْحُبُكِ ذَاتِ الْحُبُكِ. So the Dariyat. Yeah? ذَاتِ الْحُبُكِ. حُبُكِ. Hubuk. Hubuk. You understand? Yeah, so you stop. Here you can see again, there is no sukoon, but we stop. That's the main thing. Sukoon, when you get the literal meaning, the broader meaning is whenever you stop.
Yeah.
So whenever these two have sukoon or you stop on them, then the letter is touched, so the sound is blocked, and then you release the air. Khalas. That is the whole meaning of these two letters, in a nutshell. Or you have Rahmat. Rahmat. At. So that you build there, you just release it. You can't say ata. What happens if you say ata?
And there's no sukoon.
No, if I say ذات الحبوك, what happens when I say this? ذات الحبوك.
It's extra sound.
Extra sound, so it's qalqala, but this is not qalqala.
No,
So I can't say rahmata, hubuka. No, you can't. What you're doing now is you're releasing the sound and because the sound is generated with air. Yeah, that's why there's no sound in space, because there's no air. Yeah? So you release both of them, which is not right. It's a mistake with these two. You release only the air and you keep back the sound. You nullify the sound. The sound goes away.
But there's no sukoon on the hubuk, so
He
does
said
that...
it's
The ayah
stopping.
ends here.
Okay,
There's an
okay,
ayah.
that's fine.
Yeah, so I said sukoon or stop.
Okay.
Sukoon or stop. So sukoon, that refers to the
That's
stop.
fine.
Whenever the sukoon happens, a pause is applied to the letter. Yeah, that's understood.
Yeah.
وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْحُبُكِ. So if you say only hubuk, it's not right because the letter almost disappears, goes away. Rahmat. Where is the letter? I can't hear it. There's no letter. So that when you replace that part, we can hear there's a ta there, there's a kaf there. That's the ruling behind this. Rahmat. ذات الحبك. When someone says hubuk, if you don't hear me, and for example you're standing behind the imam and said hubuk, the letter is gone. You can't hear the kaf. What happened to the kaf? When you say وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْحُبُكِ. Hubuk. Now you know, yeah, he read the kaf. If I don't, no one behind is going to know if you read the kaf. Because if you don't read the kaf, they might change the meaning. Yeah, so for the people behind, if you just decide to not apply this ruling, for the people behind you, they don't know, as if you never said the ta and the kaf. And once you take away those, then the meaning changes. Or you might invalidate, you either invalidate that word or you change the meaning. Yeah, that's why it's very important that this is kept in mind. Now, you get people, unfortunately, who teach people to do, to pronounce these two letters wrong. And this is from personal experience. I was taught to say a sin with the ta. Rahmat. أنذرتهم. Tahum with the ta and the sin merged together kind of. I was told to do this for years because one sub teacher that we had in madrasa told us, I read to him like the ta is supposed to be read, a ta. He said, no, add a sin to it. So for years I was reading it wrong. Years. And when I went to another teacher, and I started reading, he goes, what's the sin? Why you add it? Do you see a sin? I said, no. Aren't you supposed to do this? He goes, who told you? I said, that guy told me to read with a sin. I said, أعوذ بهذا حرام. He said, it's prohibited. He taught you to read the Quran wrong. This is why it's very important, also a lesson to be learned, to know who you're taking it from. You can't just go to anybody and accept everything that he says. You have to go through people that you know, true scholars, people that you know, go to them and say, is this understanding correct? Is this pronunciation correct? It's very important. You can't do solo. You can't just read alone. If you read alone, you're never gonna catch the mistake. You're always gonna think you're right. You're not gonna be able to catch your mistake. So it's very important to read someone that you know has studied and is at least a strong student of knowledge in the field. Yeah. So that's fully understood. Yeah, that cat part. It's simple. Just stop. Just remember ear. That ear is supposed to be read. You don't need to remember the whole thing. Do hifz of this sentence. No. Just remember keywords that would allow you to understand the whole thing. That's very important. When you're trying to memorize, you're not going to be able to memorize the whole phrase. It's difficult. Rather just think ear, breath, anti-qalqala, anything that makes it easier for you to remember the rulings, all the rulings that we said. Now, that's with kaf and ta. Yeah? That's with kaf and ta. With the hamza, you stop on the hamza, there is no sound, there is no air. It just blocks, that's it. Yeah? It just blocks. It just blocks the sound. It's kept like from ajid qatin bakat, all the way up there. When it blocks the sound, nothing changes. This one, it blocks, so we can say it blocks the sound completely when sukoon is applied. And this is a part that everyone already knows. I don't need to, alhamdulillah, try to make people understand this. This might look, oh, what do you mean we know it? Yeah, you know it, because, for example, we have المؤمنون. Yeah? You already know this. That when sukoon has sukoon, with hamza, when hamza has sukoon, it's to be pronounced that way. It just blocks the sound. But we didn't know where it comes from and everything. But from when you start madrasa as a child, you know that when hamza has sukoon, you apply that force to it, and it blocks, and khalas, you carry on. So you say al-mu. The sound is blocked from where? Mu. All the way down here. Mu. And then khalas. Al-mu'minun. You don't say al-mu'aminun. No. Nothing. No breath, no sound, nothing. Al-mu'minun. You carry on. وَيَفْعَلُ اللَّهُ مَا يَشَاءُ. خلاص. يشاء. يشاء. This is, you see that the Hamza doesn't have sukoon, but we've stopped. Yeah, so that you obviously you stop, when you stop on it, the Dhamma becomes a sukoon. And that's how it stops. Huh? Yeah, so Yasha, the sound is blocked and you have completed the word. خلاص, no more. So that's well understood, yeah? Cat is nose, cat is ear. Qalqala was both, yeah? Qalqala we have sound and ear. And then cat, only ear.
Only,
Hamza, nothing.
nothing. Hamza.
Yeah. Qalqala is sound and ear. Cat is only ear. Hamza is no ear, no sound. That's a very brief way of remembering the three. Sound and ear. Cat is only ear. And Hamza is no ear, no sound. So after going through these three letters, now finally the whole branch of Shadida letters is now done. So Shadida, the letters that come from the alphabet, we started 8, then 5 on one side, 3 on one side, 2, 1. The whole thing, alhamdulillah, is finished. And we'll stop there, inshallah ta'ala. Is there any questions before we stop? Yeah. صلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله